Papa Pepper, baby snakes.
Alright guys, Papa Pepper here. Today I'm going to be talking to you about baby snakes. Because snakes are one of those things that a lot of people fear, a lot of people are afraid of, but there's so many varieties out there which pose absolutely no threat to humans, and people are still terrified of them. So there might be some religious or cultural reasons for that, but I'm just going to show you a couple different species, share a little bit about them, and see if we can't put a couple of those fears to rest. Now this guy here in my hand, you're going to see is very small. He's definitely a dark brown on the back and a nice kind of pastel orange pink almost on the belly. This is a baby eastern worm snake. So these snakes are very smooth, they have very tiny scales, and they have very little eyes and mouths. Now they primarily just eat worms, so when you have a tiny little non-venomous snake that pretty much looks like a worm, that lives most of its life underground and eats worms, you know, there's nothing to fear really from this, even though it technically is a snake. I'll show you here as well. My little one is actually getting bigger. If you look at this, this is actually just a snake skin. But it's a snake skin because I have a tiny snake in here that just got a little bigger. So we're going to let it go shortly. Hopefully it won't become food for birds or something, or lizards. There's plenty of things that'll eat baby snakes. Fish too if they get in the water. But this is a tiny baby brown snake, the American brown snake, also known as a decay snake. And again, this guy, I mean, they only get, man, I don't know if they get a foot long. So they're a very small, tiny, non-venomous snake. And that's one thing too, is when you're dealing with the United States specifically, we only have 4 kinds of venomous snakes. You have the coral snake, which is going to be the most dangerous. Then you have the North American pit vipers, which one kind of those snakes are rattlesnakes. They have many species of them, but they're all rattlesnakes. Then you have the cottonmouth, aka water moccasin, and then you have the copperhead. All the other snakes are really, that are indigenous, are really not much of a threat, and they're non-venomous, so not really a lot to fear with these guys. I got one other one I'll show you too, but we're going to get some footage of these guys crawling around and just being themselves to share with you as well. So even the tiniest snake will try to defend itself, and it is kind of cute. Nothing really to be afraid of in a situation like this, and any teeth it does have are so small that if I put my finger there, it won't even really be able to get a grip. It bounced off it, but it's not even really able to get a grip. That time it didn't even hit me. Very cute, very defensive. here we have a baby northern water snake. Although they're small. Oh! Yeah, you're quick. Ready to defend themselves. Here comes another bite, I think. Oh! So, very defensive. Now a snake like this, on the other hand, is neither a baby, nor is it non-venomous. This is a pygmy rattler, and in some areas they are known for more venomous snake bites than any other snake. Because of their camouflage color, their nocturnal habits, and the tiny buzz that their rattle makes, it's very easy to encounter these snakes without realizing it. Like many other snakes, they are quick to defend themselves. Snakes generally bite for two reasons. One is self-defense. The other is for food. Since humans are not a food source for these snakes, it's when humans almost accidentally step on them or encounter them by accident and the snake feels threatened that these snakes will bite. As always, it's best just to leave snakes alone, but accurate identification can make sure that you keep your distance from more dangerous snakes that are actually venomous. So this last little snake here is a northern water snake. They are a very common snake across most of the ranges that I've lived, from Wisconsin down here to the Ozarks. And they are quick to defend themselves, but they don't really pose a threat. In fact, if you look here on my hand, you're going to see some marks. Those are all snake bites from the other night. But just another cute little snake that doesn't really pose any threat. The biggest problem with these guys is that they inhabit the water. So people frequently find them by water, and when people see a snake by water, they immediately think water moccasin. So unfortunately, a lot of water snakes get killed just for the location that they're in, and there's a lot of land snakes that'll wind up down by the water too. After all, they must drink, and it's a good food supply too, with tadpoles and fish and frogs and the things you'll find down by the lakes and streams and ponds. So, alright guys, hopefully that helps you just enjoy snakes a little bit more. As always, don't do this just because I'm doing it. Snakes are best to just be looked at and left alone. That's the safest way to go. So, alright guys, just a little bit about baby snakes for you. Papa out.
As always, I'm Papa Pepper, and I'd like to remind you, don't post for free. If you'd like to be part of a revolution in social media, an economic power to the people where users can actually blog for cryptocurrency, then I'd recommend that you check out steemit.com and join the revolution. Papa out.